Put the recorder back on, and good Monday morning, the 24th of September, 2018. We have almost lost another month. Hope everybody's making it a productive one. And we're off. So let's settle down right now. We may have a little dust to settle from last week's quad witching. There's a short signal in the Dow. I'd like to see a punch down to 26.7 and then a bounce. That was too close to chop. You know, this level here, 26.703. Nothing, and nothing, and the rest. I want to thank everybody for being here. And please go and post any questions you have. And welcome to any newcomers. Please identify yourself. Let's get a bounce right here, please. And the Dow. Going lower in the NASDAQ, big time. Break. First target's around 682 in the Dow. All right, we want to bounce up here to 704 or so. The weakest of the week won't bounce. We are getting our bounce reaction now. Why the Russell got stuck.
Order filled.
All right, a little bit late on the arrival here on the short. I'm gonna move it up just a fraction. If I could get 10, I'll take 10 right off. Probably should have gotten in earlier. We should be able to get down here to 66.66. We're still going lower in the S&P. That helps. All the other indices are going lower. It's the Dow leading us there. Get close to a double bottom there. I don't know what it's reacting against. Yeah, we get one more up tick. I'm not going to like it. Be nice to get a continuation pattern here, wouldn't it? We do have the momentum and trend are all good. Trying to be patient here. My gut tells me to get the heck out of Dodge. We're having trouble here. If we could get lower here, we could get a smackdown. We just might not do it. S&P's down near a bounce point. NASDAQ's kind of grinding. Russell same. If I get up into the 90s, 94 area, I'm probably going to bail. Yeah, right here.
Order filled.
Okay. Got in too late on that one. Should have been up here a little higher. And then I could have gotten probably target one and then some, but oh well. Let's keep our eyes on things. Russell looks like a continuation lower. If we can break down below 11. Maybe a little late. Get a rally in the NASDAQ now.
Order filled.
Okay, let's see. We've got. Oh, hey, I bought when they said. Okay. May have to take some heat on this one in the NASDAQ. Because it was that first buy through. It probably should have let it go. Thanks, David.
Order filled.
And we got tagged on the volatility stop. I'll still keep an eye on that one. Come on, I told you to shrink. We're probably doing a double bottom here, David, in the S&P.
Order filled.
I'm going to try this again. Let's see if we can...
Target filled.
All right, I love that sound. I love that sound. Let's see if we can get a runner here on the NASDAQ. Okay, we're already at green. Play with house money. Looks like right here at this level, the 7,500, we could get probably a pushback with the sellers. If we get over 75, we could get ourselves a big runner. But we'll see. We've got stuff over here to the left. All right, we got 40 on this one. Trying to give it a little bit of room here. It's trying to get up. It's still feeling the effect, even though it's not there, or that 7,500 number. Get back up there. Come on. All right. This could be a continuation pattern trying to develop here. If we did the measured move from here, 83 to 93, it could be 10. 10 on top of 95 is 05, which is our target. All right. There was a continuation move signal, the pattern. All right, I'm not going to give it any chance to come back and tag us on this one.
Order filled.
First sign of weakness, shoot them in the eyes. All right, back to even. Okay, well, let's settle down and do some sensible trading instead of just punching the buttons. We've got some consolidation going on there in the NASDAQ. There she goes. Did not have the faith to stay with it. Has not stopped out yet, either one. At 7,500, they're battling. Arm wrestling. They're wrestling. And we're looking at 7,506 would be the measured move. Just kind of stepping upwards, battling all this stuff off to the left. Dow bouncing. S&P bouncing up towards. Let's watch 2930 in the S&P, guys. Well, got the measured move. In the NASDAQ. Looks like the Russell gave it a long signal. May want to have it pause or pull back here in the Russell. Might be a higher probability. Nasdaq's really pausing right around that 7,500 number. Nice, huge round number. Yeah. 39. Let's see. Maybe 37.75 here would be a target. Somewhere near the primary pivot of 37. 7 points wouldn't be so bad though, would it? Back-to-back continuation patterns on the NASDAQ on a 10-unit Renko. There and there. Okay. Continue to break out. Going up towards S1. Got a lot of resistance, overhead resistance to the left. There's 28 in the S&P. Dow gave a belated buy signal. So did the Russell. That Russell signal worked. There's up S1. Still has not taken out the trailing stop. Silly boy. Russell's up at a major resistance point about 1716. When I look at it right here, 1716 could go to 1719 though. Maybe a pause or pull back and then breakthrough. That would work. We got a buy signal in the S&P and is at 28. That was the buy. We have a short in the Dow. Weird. Are they going to be going in opposite directions today? It's still kind of in chop and it's not near a swing level, so I'll probably pass. Nasdaq's pulling back pretty hard. Vol stop still hasn't been hit, and the CPT stop's all the way down here, well below it. 75.11, 75.12. The volatility stop got hit. We're trying to form a hammer on the Dow. Dow's too close to the chop zone for me to be taking this short. Now watch it work. Target 1 on the Dow would have to be a new low of the day. Dow short's not working. You see it here. Come on, S&P, rally time. Let's get over 30 to lead us up. NASDAQ coming back up to S1 again. Still in chop though. Look at where the moving averages are crisscrossing. Big change in that candle and then Dow. Wow. Where did the green go? Who you calling a gringo? Oh, can we have another one of those days there, guys? Where we bounce around and bounce around and bounce around. Let's be patient out here. That Dow short is trying to work. It's really struggling to get lower. Let's see. 697. Yeah, we would have to get all the way down here near the lows to be target 1 for me. We did get a volatility flip in the NASDAQ. The momentum oscillator is starting from a little bit too high for me. Dow's working. Dow is working short. Boy, it gets big pushes and then it comes back up. $947, $949, $951. Each of these are 2 to 3 minutes, maybe 4 minutes long in each of those candles, which, boy, we're getting some big volatility there in the Dow. Big movement, I'm saying. Now we have a 2-tick spread in the Dow. Push lower. Dow short hit target 1 and breaking through a new low of the day. NASDAQ approaching the high in the day. I wonder how my crude oil's doing. Crude oil's hanging on to 72.25. Dow's trying to bounce. Russell's approaching a high of the day again. Like I said, over 1716 in a bit. We could run to 19.
Order filled.
All right, long the Russell on the breakout here. Let's see if we get any follow through. That's 17, 16, 8 is a key level. There for a second, I thought it just died. It just stopped. We didn't get any trades move off. All right. NASDAQ's breaking out. Maybe I'll drag the Russell with it. Raise the stop to 15.1. We're starting to get a little bit of movement there in the Russell. Need another couple of candles up here. And looks like the NASDAQ's running out of steam up there. We're a little extended on the momentums in the Russell. It's a little disconcerting there. This little R squeeze is gone. Negative. All right, we're back to the breakout level in the NASDAQ. And if it dips much lower than that, it's not going to work.
Order filled.
Okay, so much for that one. First of all, it chose the wrong index. Should have been over here on the NASDAQ. The Dow's at the low of the day. Not sure how much lower we go. We break here though. Those are overnight lows. Yeah, maybe only 10 or 20 ticks. A Dow looks like it's going to be a short right here at 670-ish. Coming back towards its 2930 of the S&P. And it's backing off again. The S&P. Dow just hit a low. We should get a reaction right here of some sort. No. Yeah, there it is. All right, I'd like to see a bounce here in the NASDAQ. Bounce up maybe to 26 or so. Even 27 would work. All right, now all we need is a red candle in the NASDAQ. Didn't get it.
Order filled.
Shit. I only had one. I didn't mean to only be in one contract. May turn out to be the best thing that ever happened to me, though. Now it flips to a short. Don't believe that one either. get stopped out here. Most likely. Where's the S&P? Nope, S&P's backing off. Dow's back. New day low. Russell gives a short signal, and so does the NASDAQ, but I'm long. Thank you. I had forgotten about it, yes. Okay, now we flip to yet another long signal. Flip-flop, flip-flop. Sounds like we're in chop, right? And I'm in the middle of a trade. Thank God it's only one contract. This NASDAQ is establishing consolidation. Now it looks like it might want to break out. See if we can get target 3. $75.50 is up there. See if we get another push here. $75.40 is a key level there for it to get over.
Order filled.
Alright, got back some of the prior loss. Alright, reset it at channel 2 for everybody. Therein lies the problem with being in one contract, folks. I had to be very nervous to not give it all back. Whereas if I was in 2, I would have taken, I could give it a little more room because I'd already had money in the bank, kind of softening the blow. Dow's near the lows of the day. S&P's in the middle in chop. NASDAQ obviously up near the highs of the day, but still off quite a bit. Okay, that NASDAQ stopped out. Do a review. We're looking at 10 o'clock. There's oil breaking out. S&P is still down 7. It was that way this morning. NASDAQ's down 13, far less than it was. If you look at it, we zoom in. Do a nice hammer there, and the Russell is trying to hang in there, but not doing so great. And the Dow's down about 100 now. New day lows in the Dow. S&P going back towards the low, but really tight trading range here. And Russell. Not tradable. Maybe below 13. But remember, 1713 is a key level for me. Only be about 16 ticks to the lows. So, pretty tough. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for just 1 second. I will be right back. We don't have any today. Oh, wait a minute. Come here. Come here. Looking at 10:15. Not all that enamored with just about any of them. While I was messing around with the NASDAQ, the Dow came down to a low, went up, two kind of signals, and then we went down to a swing level, and then kind of stepped our way down to pointing out 78, about 25 ticks or so. Been probably pretty tough. NASDAQ went back up to the highs again. It's trying to recover back off of its lows. S&P just in the middle of chop, guys. I hope nobody's tried to trade the S&P. The Dow seems to be in kind of a scalp mode today. You'll probably get 15, 16 ticks pretty easily. It's kind of well behaved. I mean, we're looking right now, we're 10:15 or so on a 6-unit Renko. I can see the entire day, regular trading hours. So we're kind of muted in the trading, I guess would be the best way to put it. All right, we've got another short showing up in the Russell, around 13.4.
Order filled.
See what we can do there. See if it bounces against me.
Order canceled.
Okay, got target 1. Now we're down at the
Order
level.
filled.
Get a bounce, so I went ahead and took the money. Out of all this, I'm flat for the day. Well, actually, I'm probably down because of commissions. But yeah, looks like the Nasdaq, if it breaks below 28, it might be a short. We might continue lower here in the Russell. Probably will. I got the opportunity to get flat. There's a late signal short in the Nasdaq. Zoom out a little bit on that. I'm going to reset this puppy here. Reset that one there so they don't get stuck. All right. And basically, out of all this mess, what have I accomplished? Giving commissions to the broker. Watch that. What's that Nasdaq below 27.5?
Order pending. Order filled.
Let's see if third time's a charm here. the bulls are really trying to hold that level of 28. Did I get that much of a slip on the fill? Wow. $32.5 is about all I'm going to give it. Well, we do have the components here of a continuation pattern, but it's not going lower yet. Not going higher. It's just doing a high wave doji because it can't decide what to do. I think with the momentums and this trend, I think it resolves to the downside. There we go. We'll get target one here in a second. Well, the bulls are trying to hold it. Are we going to get another continuation pattern? Maybe. I hope. And if we could get that, I can lower my stop again. Russell pretty much stopped over there. Come on, you want to go lower. Just give in. Smack your bottom. Not looking good. Candle hasn't finished. Really wide range there, but it hasn't finished. These are the kind of candles that bother me. I have a tough time staying with it. The trend line's pointing down. Momentums are both pointing lower. I have to have faith. Big high wave doji. All right, it's going to resolve to the downside. We've got
Target filled.
Okay. Well, it did that, and then let's see if we can trail it down to target 3, maybe. Maybe not.
Stop filled.
Okay. Well, at least we're green for the day. 10:25 coming up on a 10:30 reversal time. Hey, Paul. Yeah, John, you're that's right. We have no idea. Let me swing that out. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. The brokers can eat on somebody else's dime, not mine. How's that, David? Okay, let me post a couple of documents out there, and then we'll talk about them. I have... Well, welcome, Paul. Thank you. There's one. Let me see where I can find the... I do know I've got the email. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm going to bring up, hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to answer Paul's question live here. I posted up 2 documents, my chart setups and the charts and patterns ebook. I'm starting using the ebook at the moment. I basically like a zigzag pattern, which is kind of like a J hook, where it has a move up, down. That can be a positive one, a negative. I love when they occur at or near, excuse me, at or near the swing levels, which I've got marked in peach. We talked about pop out of the box and drop out of the box, and then bullish continuation. A 3-candle pattern based on the setups that I've got is where I basically in the positive direction, a bullish continuation would be a trend up and into it, followed by a pause, red candle, second candle, green on the third candle, and on the fourth candle you break out. So what you've got is a, let me try it in red, in blue, color, blue. You have a move upwards into that pattern, and you basically have kind of an internal pause, and then a breakout. And usually what happens is the size of this move and the size of this move are the same. So it's called a measured move. So if you measure that and then put it down over here, you at least have an idea of a target. And then what I do is I look and see if there's anything to the left for as a swing level. All right, let's now the bearish, which is what we were doing, is basically the same, where you have the move down. Great if it's at a swing level again. You have a bounce and then a failure to follow through on that bounce and then follow through to the downside. In fact, what it is a zigzag down, but it has this continuation candle in the middle of the zigzag here. So it's basically the same, except normally I call it a zigzag when it's around swing levels, and it doesn't, if you look at it, let's get this, okay. That bounce right there, the rebound on the zigzag, you notice it didn't stop after just one candle. It went up 2 candles and then started lower. if I went to a different setting on my Unirinkos, instead of being a 6 Unirinko, maybe if I set it to a 10, it might be a continuation pattern. All right. So read those. If you have any questions, further questions, please feel free to ask questions. Yeah, I just posted it. Look at 1026 or so, 1030, yeah, 28. I post my chart setups and charts and pattern in ebook. Do you see those, Paul? They're both PDFs in blue. Okay. And you'll have to, some people have their browser set so tight that they're not allowed to download files, but make sure you've got it accessible here. Thanks, Jim. I normally just post them out in the room because it's easier than people trying to find them. While we were talking, we had another continuation pattern that so far has not worked, and I didn't think it would because it was sitting right on top of S1. At least we were going to get a reaction. We got the possibility of another continuation sitting on top of it. Let's see if it follows through to the downside. Oh, okay. Do you, Jim? I know you're well versed in getting stuff downloaded. I pulled it up by using the link that I posted in the room, so I'm not sure. Was it pop-ups not allowed? Downloads for the security settings in your antivirus, maybe? I don't know. Hello. What you doing now? there goes the old Russell. There goes the Dow. There goes the S&P. And the NASDAQ is rushing to catch up with it. Wow. A burst of selling. I don't know. I get a warm fuzzy in these markets that they're just, well, they're not trending, really. They're kind of, I'll say, vacillating from up to down and down to up. There we go, lower in the continuation pattern in the Russell. With different settings, we didn't get that. See how that Russell just kind of stopped there at S1? A lot of times it doesn't do that. It did today. We just got a sell signal in the NASDAQ, but I'd wait for the reaction off of that swing level. We probably got 22. From 26, that's 4. It's only about one target. See, that's the problem. We're getting signals here right above major support. 1, 2, 3 times down at this level. And will it go through it? I don't know. I couldn't count on it. You could probably count on getting down to it. Maybe you should take it. And because it went down to this level, bounced, and take it. Now it went through it. So should have probably look at 2020 hindsight. But the reason that I was saying no was that I didn't know that it was going to break through that level before it bounced. It got to S1 and then it bounced. I think they are. At least 2 of the witches are around. I'm going to do a quick poll. All right, I've got a little poll out there. Want to know how long you've been a member? Just kind of looking out there. Are you a founding member when you signed up and got the year? You signed up in the last 30 days on a monthly, quarterly, semi-annual plan or on a new trial. All of you are welcome, especially the founding members. And someone reported. Okay. Can I ask who Rosenstein is? Hey, no problem, Paul. Absolutely. You got to come here when you're ready. That was my question, John K. Who is he and why should I care? uh, right. Well, it really doesn't matter what the news is. The charts are telling us what to do and how to react to it. We probably ought to thank all this stuff. Gotcha, Josh. Thanks. I don't follow any politics. I'd get way too discouraged if I did. My wife is the one that's all over that. To me, it's a waste of time. Okay, new day low for the Russell. Will it go lower? It's doing kind of a dreaded H. It says it will go lower though, and it could be right. Well, did it grab stops or just punch lower? Either way, I don't really care if it grabbed stops or not, unless they were mine. It helped me get in the green for the day. So, yeah. I think it did. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to close the poll out in just a little bit. We've got 15 of the 29 people here have responded. What I would like for people to do, if they possibly can, is put a Q next to it, post out either in the room here or even send me a private message with a topic that you would like to see discussed, and that's DISCUSSED, not DISGUST, on Wednesday. I already have a couple. Let's look at the S&P. All right. Hey, no problem, John. Um, it's that's an aggressive entry as far as I can see here. I'm not really seeing anything in the S&P. I was thinking, let's go to the Nasdaq. John's in it. This little drop right here was nice because it was at a swing level. It had a target swing level to go after. Would have only gotten target one and then whatever we decided to give trailer. Problem is, John, I'm seeing this as a new trading range for us. Probably right there. All right, and you're looking that you went long at 75.25, but it's in the middle. You probably went long over here when it looked like it was a better bounce. It still only went up to right. I'd still want to make it break out and look at the look at what we got here for. Well, good Lord, stop it! I did hit the blue. Okay, we're basically the flip flops of the moving averages. Tells me we're in chop. Okay, Alan, I'll be happy to do that. Let's put that over in the document. I do appreciate all the inputs you guys provide. It's absolutely wonderful. I need to answer questions that pertain to topics that you are interested in, that you want clarification on, not just what I think you might. The Russell looks like it's trying to form a bottom here at 1705. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the poll. I'm going to take a snapshot. So that does mean we have some new members. That does help me in determining what to. Okay, there are a number of topics, or sorry, items in the file folder. One of them is a trading journal example, I'll say a poor one really, because I cobbled together one. I lost all of my ones that I did last year for my futures. brokers, tick values, monthly codes, symbols. My chart setup, post trade analysis, reversal times. Those are a number of things that you should they're all in the document folder, so if you can't grab them directly by clicking on the link, go to the document folder, lower right hand corner. It does look like a manila folder, and then grab those and save them to your computer. The charts and patterns ebook, we went over part of it this morning. There's the My Chart setups. That basically tells you what I need, what I'm looking at in my charts, what they're set up. Post trade analysis, I think, is a really good one. There is another thing I think you guys ought to do. Oh, where'd it go? All right. All right. There is a link to my YouTube channel. I post up copies of the a video copy of every session that we have, and then I will break down each of the trades that have a lesson to be learned. If they're just a regular trade or whatever, I won't post every trade. But basically I'll cut out ones that I think have some major learning lesson. So what you see when you're there, you'll see the list. I go straight over to videos. I don't have anything else there. I have a playlist of the playlist is an ex-pilot who talks about how they did debriefing, and then I have my own off take on how we do it on trading. I'll show you in a second. And then the squeeze by John Carter, basically how to use the R squeeze that we have in ours. Let's go videos. If you're brand new and have not seen the presentation that I gave to the Denver Trading Group, this might be of use. It also talks about how to do how I use my setups and how I do some of my trades. Where's the other one that okay, here's my post-trade analysis. That would be useful. There's a lot to absorb. There's a lot of material out of here. 808, a trade of the week. I usually try to put a trade of the week if there is a good one. I think here on the 19th. Okay. Right, here was a good a good trade and with some it shows you how there was some commentary on what I was seeing prior to getting in the trade and what I was looking for and how it was setting up. And if you guys have any suggestions of things you would like to see or topics for discussion or anything like that, please go ahead and make the suggestion. And if it's possible, I'll do it. If not, we'll talk about some sort of alternative how to get around it. NASDAQ over 75.34 could run a few points. I like that setup. Actually over 33. It did pop over 34. It did there once before and then pulled back. We do have a continuation pattern here that successfully gave a buy signal. Right there. Now, first target would probably be up here, and the second target would probably be right up here. And there we go. $11. That was our 10:30 to 11 o'clock run, maybe, huh? Another thing that we've noticed in here, a pattern that has developed, is that somewhere between 10:30 and 11:15, we usually get a little bit of a run. We have no idea which direction it's going to be, and they vary the time a lot. I think it's program trading. This could have been just a breakout that happened, but that was a target 1 winner. It's a partial winner. I usually go after targets 1 and 3. For me, they're not necessarily the computer generated ones. What I will use is 2 contracts with target 1 equals well, 16 ticks and a bottle of rum. And I call it target 3 because it pretty much matches with the CPT, sorry, the counter punch trader system. And if I had 3 contracts, there would be 1 in the middle of that. But that's my starting point, cookie cutter. I will make adjustments from that based upon what I see on the charts. The stop is usually minus 20 ticks, which you take minus 20 times 5 equals $5. Hold on a second. All right. Sorry, got a message. It's only about $100, so I can adjust it downwards to make it maybe another 10 ticks or so. 30 ticks minus 30 would equal 150. and I could go the other way, but you know, right now on the Nasdaq, 20 to 30 ticks is about normal. Actually, more than 20, but maybe 30 to 40. Very quickly, it moves. If it goes in my direction, it'll quickly get much less than that. Oh, let me get this out of the way. My apologies. You want to go outside? Okay, come on. Outside? Take a wee wee? Yeah, come on. I'll roll this and make $100. Good boys and girls. Right. Good boys and girls.
Call from Kissimmee FL. Call from Kissimmee FL.
Well, that Russell's stubbornly hanging around 1703. I think we were at 1703 a few days ago. Let me double check. It'd been closing around 1713, but dipping down to 1703. Yep, that 1703 number. This is critical. We lose 1703 and the Russell, we've got 1690 staring us right in the face. Nasdaq's down 20. It's not that bad, really, considering, you know, it needs to hold 7410. S&P probably, you know, 2900 or so. This is a volume point of control right there. Let's try 28.95. That's pretty much it. As long as it holds that, we're okay. Dow's down 130, so it was the strongest. 1700 is a 0.618 retracement off of something. Off the highs or off of what, Dave? Yeah, John, it just didn't seem to have a whole lot of oomph to it, did it, the NASDAQ? Not enough to break out of this trading range. The new trading range really is 75.38 down to 75.18, 20 points. All right. Hey, John. Oh, you're selling here. Okay. Gotcha. Sorry. I was about ready to make a comment, and then I looked at it. I was about ready to be stupid because I was saying you didn't show us the entry over here, but in fact, your entry that you were looking at was right here. So you're buying basically on kind of a hammer. I'm looking here, John. I'm seeing that trend line. And that level there. A break of that trend line. No, this is the guy that's sitting at $100 talking to somebody who's sitting at 17, okay? But maybe a move, say above this level and above the trend line, would have been a lower risk trade. It would have been less profitable. I'm only making this comment because you had talked about trying to improve your batting average and profitability. That's about the only negative that I could see is wait for the break of the trend line. Right, okay. But you're into predicting. And this is predicting based upon a gut feel. You said based on experience, but we could fool ourselves into seeing stuff. I prefer to use a pattern. This is just you and I chit chatting. So don't. don't take anything that I'm saying is that it's the gospel, that it's the only way to do it. But a way that I would do it is wait for the break of the trend line, the break of a level, and go along there. That's a pattern. Well, do you have patterns you use? Now, it did eventually reverse, but it didn't do it right away, did it? So you kind of went long in this area, but it had to establish lows over here and did a double bottom, and then it moved up. So I don't know. Do you keep track of how many of these predictions turn out to be profitable and by how much? Like a journal. Yeah, the time of day was. I'm going to try to guess. Yeah, we got our 11 o'clock rally. I'm surprised we really didn't get all the way up to 75.47, to be honest with you. You were trying to hold out for that, weren't you? See, this is roughly the area you were trading in. I normally go in the direction of trend. Okay, well, 65, say two out of every three is pretty good. Pretty darn good. That should make you a nice, happy camper at the end of the year, if you can maintain it. Dow's right back down to 26,612. Looks like it might break it. Russell's trying to rally. Yeah. Right now, looks like we're trying to break above that 38 level again. This is the third time up there. We can go to 45, maybe. I got about another 10 minutes left here before I have to step aside. And for those who don't know, I will leave my charts up, even though I don't trade in the afternoons. There we go, a little bit of a breakout in the NASDAQ. Targets be 45, 46, something like that. 47. Wow. Getting kind of late in the morning. My journal from keeping track of it is that I do much better in the mornings when there's lots of buying and a lot of momentum. And in the afternoons when I trade, unless there are very few setups, and I have to be extremely patient for the really ideal setups, is most of the time I lose patience and I enter some silly trades and I get money back. So one of the ways is to eliminate the lack of patience. That's not going to happen here. Not easily, anyway. So I say, you know what? I'll do all the stuff I need to do. I'm the treasurer for my wife's company. I'll do that stuff in the afternoon and run errands and then pop in here from time to time. But I don't trade. I will. I will be here and I'll tell you what I'm seeing, possible trades and stuff like that. There it went. It hit the target and then some. Now, I usually use the bodies, but this above the body was the actual high was right there and we hit it. Well, I started actively trading in stocks in the 96, 97 time frame. And then I had to take a 2-year hiatus when I went over to England, worked on a contract over there. But once I came back in 2009, I've been trading full time. Since then, so 9 years, full time, day to day. Yeah, maybe not. It could have been our 10:30 to 11 time frame. Don't quite put, but somewhere between 10:30 and 11:30, we're gonna get a rally, and that could have been it. There's 25.50 there, John K. Let's see what we got further to the left. Well, there's 25.40. We got above it. It's 25.65. Let's call it 25.60. It's going to 25.60, fellas, gals, guys and gals. I wonder if Shirley's here today. Yeah, and knowing when to quit. That's John. That's pretty. Thank you for bringing that up. The power of quitting. Knowing when to quit. When is enough enough? As in, we all probably know when we've lost too much, and we'll quit. But a lot of people will sit there and they will trade. They'll be up a significant amount of money for them, whatever number that is. And they keep trading and they overtrade and they give a lot of it back. I don't say most of it, I don't say all of it, but a significant portion. It could be all, it could be half of it, whatever. But you have to decide, how the longer you stay at that. Remember what happens at casinos in Vegas and casinos everywhere. They give you freebies to keep you at the table. because the longer you stay at the table, the better chance they have of getting your money. Eventually, if you stay long enough, they will get your money. That was a nice run in the NASDAQ. Now, let's compare that to any runs in the other markets. Dow didn't go anywhere. Russell didn't. S&P kind of a little bit. So, Art, 1030 reversal stuff? Maybe not. Maybe a little bit, because the only ones that really participated definitely was the NASDAQ and a little bit of the S&P.